Hey everyone, it's Sarah from the South Boston Club. This week, first we're going to dissect one of the beans that we sprouted. Then we're going to plant some of our bean shoots and watch them grow. For the beans that we're dissecting, I'm going to use some of the beans that we sprouted 2 weeks ago. However, you don't need a bean that's been sprouting for 2 weeks to do this experiment. You can soak a bean in water for 24 hours and you'll be able to dissect it and see the parts.
Here we have one of our bean seeds that started to sprout, ready to be dissected. From the outside, what are some of the parts of the bean that you can see? Take a moment to write down or draw a picture of what you think it will look like on the inside. We can open up this bean and start to notice a few different parts of it. First of all, there is a distinctive papery seed coat that's around the outside of the bean. The bean coat protects the seed until the seed is big enough, and eventually the bean coat is shed off as the bean continues to grow. Next we can see these two large green pieces. These are called the cotyledons. Once the bean sprout pops out of the ground, it is able to perform photosynthesis and feed itself from the sun. Before it pops out of the ground though, the cotyledon provides nutrients and food to the bean. Finally, we have the embryo of the bean. The embryo of the bean is the actual part that is going to become the whole plant. As you can see, our embryo has already started to shoot out and grow some roots. Later, we'll see how this embryo continues to grow. For this experiment, we're going to need potting soil and some small pots. If you don't have pots, you can also use a paper cup. Just make sure that you poke a hole in the bottom so that some of the water can get out. Here I have 4 of the beans that I've sprouted 2 weeks ago. I have my 3 pots and I have some potting soil. To pot the plant, I'm going to start by scooping my pot to have it be about half full. Then I'm going to poke a hole in the soil and plant one of my beans in, making sure the roots are all the way in. Then I'm going to cover the seed and the roots with the soil so that only the shoot is sticking out. I've planted it so that the bean and the roots are under the soil and just the shoot sticks out. I've planted 3 different pots with bean shoots, so that in future weeks, we can observe the different bean shoots to see how they grow.